the responsibility of the government and the security agencies cannot be carried out democratically, then let's go to jungle. Everyone has cause to defend himself. Nigerians should no longer be running away from attacks. Nigerians should no longer be running away from unnecessary banditry in the face of helpless and baseless situation when government and security agencies is like they are failing in their basic responsibility. Representing Dogwa Tudunwada Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to put behind the mover of this motion my emotion-laden voice. I rise, Mr. Speaker, to also speak in the capacity of the leader of the House, who of course is the ambassador of government on this floor. You can see how this chamber, Mr. Speaker, is thrown into disquiet. How this chamber is thrown into emotionally disturbed manner, so emotional, by the statements and pronouncements anchored by the mover of the motion. When you have a government in place, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the major responsibility of that government, especially a democratic one, which was elected by the people, is to ensure safety of lives and property of its innocent citizens. Mr. Speaker, when things like this continue on daily basis, those of us who are representatives of government, Mr. Speaker, we become speechless. I have to repeat, we become speechless in the discharge of our duties here to defend actions by government. This is an elected government under a popular democracy, Mr. Speaker. But we continue day in, day out, killings, massacre, banditry, armed robbery all over, left, right, and center. This is a report from just one local government out of the 774 local governments of the Federation. One local government, Giwa local government. And the case of Giwa is not just a new case that happened last week or just yesterday that he's reporting. He is only giving us the most recent happening. Giwa has been engulfed by banditry, crisis, and killings for the past 2-3 years. And Giwa has fallen, coincidentally, in a state that we call Kaduna State, where you have the representation of Nigerian military and other security agencies, the highest place you can count in the northern part of the country. Why should these things continue to happen? I think government and officials of government, not even the security agencies, of course, are under democratic authority. Government in this case has to rise up to its responsibility, call a spade a spade. If it's about funding, each and every one of us here knows we have never had any cause to contemplate funding our security agencies. And I believe our relevant committees are following up in terms of implementation of such fundings through our budgets, through their oversight processes. Then why things should continue this way? We are here for Nigerian people, and we must speak for Nigerian people. We cannot sit down here, fold our arms, see our electorates, people who elected us into our respective offices, being killed by the day. I think if there is any other thing I should add to this motion, Mr. Speaker, with due respect to our institutional existence, that, Mr. Speaker, on account of this institutional failure, regimental failure on the part of our security agencies, because you have just no cause to even raise any excuse for any one of them. Funding is provided. Here we are now as an institution. We have now sent signal, invitation, let's come and meet with the people of Nigeria. We are indeed the people of Nigeria here, representing our people. Come and interface with us. Let's see how we can still put heads together and really address some of these problems, these perennial problems. At the end, what they did, right from head to top, the IG, the DSS, every one of them sent a representative. This is a matter that is beyond a mere representative. The chief executive officer or the chief commanding officer of every security agency owes Nigerians a duty to come and honor the call of the parliament. I'm not trying to preempt, Mr. Speaker, the actions and the good intentions of the committee set by this honorable House. But security agencies must know that they have to stand up and respect the position of the institution of the parliament, because here you have the people of Nigeria represented in this capacity. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, with all sense of responsibility, with all sense of commitment, and the fact that, yes, even after this world, this very world, we shall all rise to answer our Father's name in the next world, to account for our actions. I think Nigerians at this moment should be allowed to also take arms. Nigerians must be allowed to take arms in defense of their innocent souls, defend their hard-earned resources and property. Because it's like a monumental failure. If the agencies of security have failed, then Nigerians should not be failed. Nigerians should not be seen as a failure. Let Nigerians organize themselves in the name of civil defense. Civil defense. Let them organize and raise defense for their own souls, innocent souls. Because if the responsibility of the government and the security agencies cannot be carried out democratically, then let's go to jungle. Everyone has cause to defend himself. Nigerians should no longer be running away from attacks. Nigerians should no longer be running away from unnecessary banditry in the face of helpless and baseless situation when government and security agencies is like they're failing in their basic responsibility. No one else can be better than Nigerians. No one else can be better than the people who elected us here. If at the end, the stake of our people can be put at this high sense of deadly challenge, day in, day out, you leave your house, you won't know what happens to it the next day, and you continue to call yourself a free citizen, free Nigerian. Why will you allow ourselves be forced to the wall? Mr. Speaker, this is my take, and I want you to build on this, that the committee that was set by this committee, yes, by this honorable House yesterday, to interface and engage with the security agencies must be taken with all sense of seriousness. And if any one of them fails to come, Mr. Speaker, we enforce the wrath of the law on him, because we have the instrumentality of the parliament here as an institution to summon anyone by hook or by crook. Honorable members, I think we don't have to speak more. The motion has spoken about itself. I want to say that all members on the floor of this House have a civic duty to support this motion and allow it to pass with the speed of the light. Thank you.